With no namers, welcome one, welcome all. Can I get an amen? Now give me a hallelujah, people. Oh yeah, we are ready to rock and roll. It's the show with no name. Time for liftoff. Let's go.
7,
6, 5.
4,
Come
3,
on.
1, 0.
Here we go.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
We got this. Come on. Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. And get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time. On Vaughn Radio. Come on, people. Get pumped. Get pumped means get motivated. Let's go. This is your daily English class. You can learn English with a lot of energy, a lot of oomph. That's right, the word oomph. It sounds like Oompa Loompa. Oomph. O-O-M-P-H. No con F, con P-H. Con energía, con ganas. Because as we say in English, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Me encanta esta, ¿eh? Si vale la pena hacerlo bien. No, a 100. Lo mejor que puedas. Si te vas a molestar. And remember this, it's kind of related there. We say in English too, showing up is half the battle. You know, some days you're tired, you don't feel well. But if you show up, si te presentas, you'll get through it. You will. Because you know, humans, when we know that we've got something to do, we'll stop at nothing. You know, we can even be hard-headed, stubborn, testarudos, I think you say, which is good. Sometimes it's like everything. Is anger a good thing? No. Can anger be a good thing? Well, yeah. If you want to quote Rage Against the Machine in their song Freedom, anger is a gift. When you get angry is when you do something about it. A situation in your life, whatever. Is it good to go around, walking around angry all day? I don't think so. You know? We say in English another idiomatic expression that when I was a young guy, like a teenager, you walk around with a chip on your shoulder. Como con un problema con el mundo. El mundo te debe algo. You walk around with a chip on your shoulder. Lots of expressions already.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, folks. Our master's program, which you've got in 3 different ways. You can take the master's. You can do it on the weekends. You can do it in the evenings, or you can do a full-time master. It kind of depends on your schedule, on your timetable. Also, I want to remind you guys that it's not too early to sign up for summer camps. Why? These are, well, one of our most popular initiatives. Because it's a win-win. You know, you got to keep the kids busy in the summer since they don't have school. And we've got you covered. Whether you want to do a day camp, as we call them, our urban camps, I mean, that's awesome. Urban camp. The kids can just go away for a few hours every day, and then they have dinner at home, and they can tell you all about their day in English, of course. So it's not too soon. I'm telling you, it seems like, the summer. We haven't even hit Easter week yet. No hemos ni dado con Semana Santa. Well, Easter's like a couple weeks away, and then you know how it works from there. So just an FYI, if it's something you're thinking about doing with the kids, they're for kids from the age of 6 to 18. And our summer camps really are amazing because it doesn't, we don't just, our goal is not just to teach your kids English. It's to make them, like you, love it, fall in love with English. That's more our goal. Because anybody, you can learn English with AI, I guess, inteligencia artificial. In fact, here at Vaughan, we have different initiatives that use and incorporate AI. Of course, always with the human filter. I think that's one of the keys. I was talking about this with some friends the other day. AI is great, but it's like any machine. It's an airplane, same kind of thing. You need the guy or the gal there making sure, okay, that's not in the red. That's not in the red. And to be able to know what to do if one of those gauges is in the red. So we've got you covered, basically. So whatever you want summer camps for the kids, you want our master's program, our Vaughan Town, our weekend town, one-to-one classes. Maybe you want a personal trainer. We've got you covered there as well. All you've got to do is drop us a line. You can go to our website, grupovaughan.com, or stop by in person, Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, Santander, and Zaragoza. So if you live in one of those marvelous places, stop by. Or you can reach out via social media. But no matter what you do, definitely reach out and you can find out more about all the things going on, whether it's materials, events, special offers, but all the things going on in the Vaughan world. And speaking of things from the Vaughan world, in our pop quiz every day, we take a look at an excerpt from one of the many amazing Vaughan materials. Let's see what we're going to look at in today's pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz.
Hello, my name is Fitz, and I'm an Irishman. I'm a very Irishman. And very soon, that's going to be a very important day in my life.
It's Vaughan Radio Trivia Night, hosted by our buddy Fitz. Mark your calendars. Tuesday, April 1st at 8 p.m. at the Toast Tap Room in Malasaña. Follow us on social media for more information.
This, my friends, is a pint of beer. Is pionta bior e seo. Is pionta bior e seo. Sláinte wa.
We'll see you April 1st. Mark your calendars. April 1st, 8 p.m. It's the Toast Tap Room, and we're going to be there doing a lot of slancha, a lot of cheers, however you want to say it. We're going to be making a toast to life, to amigos, to friends, to family, and to learning and laughing together. All right, well, folks, our pop quiz today is sponsored by Vocabulario en Inglés que deberías conocer. It is a book that was penned, another way of saying written. Como muchos se equivocan con written, dicen written. Usa penned, dos N's, right? It was penned by the one and only Richard Vaughan, and it's got over 4,500 vocabulary words that you need to know. And if Richard Vaughan says you need to know them, then you need to know them. Does it come with audio? Of course it does. It comes with around 5 hours of audio, and we're going to hear some of that audio, a little excerpt right now. And as always, I want you to be on your toes, espabilados, prestando atención al loro, because afterwards, I'm going to have some challenges for you, as always. This is an excerpt from Vocabulario en Inglés que deberías conocer, available at Vaughan Tienda.
List 48.
Anuncio. De prensa.
Advertisement.
Aparte de.
Apart from.
Llegada.
Arrival.
Beneficioso.
Beneficial.
Clima. Ambiente.
Climate.
Fecha.
Date.
Esencial.
Essential.
Libremente.
Freely.
Contento.
Glad.
Inmediatamente.
Immediately.
Ubicación.
Location.
Llamada telefónica.
Phone call.
Impresora.
Printer.
Respetable.
Respectable.
Afirmación.
Statement.
La parte superior.
The top.
Evitar.
To avoid.
Equilibrar.
To balance.
Coger.
To catch.
Entregar.
To deliver.
Sentir. Pensar.
To feel.
Pegar. Golpear.
To hit.
Ofrecer.
To offer.
Rechazar.
To reject.
Mientras. Mientras que.
While.
List 46.
Señas. Dirección.
Address.
Hormiga.
Ant.
Cualquier cosa.
Anything.
Hermoso.
Beautiful.
Por cierto. A propósito.
By the way.
Consecuencias.
Consequences.
Dedicado a.
Devoted to.
Excepción.
Exception.
Frecuente.
Frequent.
Gesto. Detalle.
Gesture.
Responsable de.
In charge of.
Afortunado.
Lucky.
Párrafo.
Paragraph.
Fase.
Phase.
Informe.
Report.
¿Desde cuándo?
Since when?
Sistema.
System.
Cansado.
Tired.
Aparecer.
To appear.
Pertenecer a.
To belong to.
Confirmar.
To confirm.
Estar en desacuerdo.
To disagree.
Averiguar. Enterarse.
To find out.
Identificar.
To identify.
Torre.
Tower.
All right, my amigos, there you go. Some key vocabulary that you need to know. This is from Vocabulario en Inglés que deberías conocer, available at Vaughan Tienda for, are you ready for this? What a deal. Vaya chollo, $9.95. That's right, for $9.95, you'll get over 4,500 words. That's around 5 hours of audio, folks. So check it out. In fact, let me share the link with you. It's always easier if it's something that you're looking to enrich your vocabulary, which I'm sure all of you are. I mean, it's part of the learning process. So you can pick this up at Von Tienda. You can have it delivered to your front door if you'd like. All right, now let's take a look at what I wanted you to extract from it. Now, one of the words they looked at is another way of saying the weather, okay? Clima, ambiente, okay? And it doesn't only, it can be el ambiente en una habitación, el clima, el clima en esa reunión, right? El clima? Yeah, I think it's el clima, right? No, it's la clima. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's el clima. Why do you guys have to do that? It just makes things more confusing for us who are learning your language. And I've been learning your language for 47 years, my whole life. All right, well, the word clima, ambiente, okay? Clima o ambiente, another way of saying the mood, el ambiente así, or the weather. Okay, well, I want you to tell me a word that rhymes with it. So you tell me the word, and you can say clima, ambiente in inglés, rima con. That's number one. So obviously this is a pronunciation thing, isn't it? All right. So that's number one. That's a word I've got to say. The reason I chose that is I have heard that word mispronounced thousands. I was going to say dozens, docenas. No, thousands of times. Let's see if you know how to pronounce it. Give me the word clima, ambiente in English, and a word that rhymes with it. The next one, you can use it either way. You can use afirmación o afirmar if you prefer. Okay, so you can use the noun or the verb. I want afirmar o afirmación. Okay, were you listening? It's a very common one. You need to know it was in the audio. All right, and the third one, they use the word to reject as rechazar. Okay, that's good, but you know we love our phrasal verbs. You know, 9 times out of 10, we will say the phrasal verb instead of the word reject. Okay, rechazar. Well, I want the phrasal verb. Why? Because you guys are totally native. Sure you are. So give me the phrasal verb, amigos, for rechazar. So again, all three. The number one, la palabra clima, ambiente en inglés, rima con. Number two, usa afirmar o afirmación en una frase en inglés, por supuesto. And the next one, rechazar, but you can't use the word reject. I'm looking for a phrasal verb because I know you guys are superstars, and I imagine you'll know it. We've definitely, I say we've looked at all of these words on the show in the past. So as the double trouble always goes, it pays to pay attention. Vale la pena prestar atención. Also, folks, a quick reminder, we've got our question of the week this week. I want to know who you think the baddest bad guy or gal is. Maybe you think it's Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. But of course, the most important part of this speaking exercise that we do every week is what? It's that you defend your answer. You can't just say, well, I think it's Jabba the Hutt. And, well, that's it. No. You got to convince us. You got to make us see things your way. Make us see the light. We want to see the light. We don't have to agree with you, but at least we get why you gave that answer. See? So if you've never participated, I don't know why. Because that's what most students are lacking. That opportunity to express themselves aloud. I'm giving you the opportunity, and you're getting feedback on it. So, I mean, it's really, I can't think of a better way for you to learn English, practice and learn your spoken English, which is really the most important part. If you're not saying it aloud, are you really learning any? I mean, are you really practicing? So participate. Now, as of right now, I know it's still early in the week, But as of right now, the only person who has participated, and I'm going to give him a nice shout out for this. He's been doing a wonderful job lately. Open water swimmer, or as I call him, open waters. I can't tell you his real name because if I told you his real name, I'd have to kill you. No, I'm joking. So open waters, great job. If you guys would like to participate, and I urge you to do so, record a 1-minute voice note on your phone, quite simply. Don't do it in the bathroom. We're not looking for an echo or reverb. Find a little quiet place. And remember, the audio quality is important. I mean, I'm not saying we need you to do like, a remake of what's it called? Of Stairway to Heaven here, super produced audio. But be mindful of, because I've heard some of you when you send me audio, and I don't want to say names because it's not important. It's just bad habits that I've noticed. And hey, again, the same way I try and help you with your English, some of the recordings, and I know it's not on my end because believe me, I take a look at the recordings, so I receive them the way I receive them. And there's some of them where I hear like some kind of like metallic, like robot being executed. That's what it sounds like, That's not good. Well, I'm not saying it's your fault or anything like that, but it does distract away from your message. Like if every 20, 30 seconds in your audio there's that's not good. Now, am I saying you need to invest in a microphone? No, maybe you just got to restart the phone or something. That usually works. I use my microphone a lot on my phone, and well, when it doesn't work, I just have to restart it. So just be mindful of that. And another thing is something we all do, myself included, and it's the clicks and the lip smacks. It's natural, but it does not sound good on audio. When you're like, well, the first thing I wanted to say was, those kind of sounds that we make that normally, even if you make those sounds, normally people don't hear it unless they have their ear to your mouth. But of course, if you're sitting in front of a microphone, well, then all of a sudden those little lips, those little, when you're licking your lips and those sounds that we all make, the breaths, and then, and I'm really picky with that because I listen to a lot of podcasts. So the key there is, I know when one of my favorite podcasters is having breathing problems, like allergies, for example, because I hear and then we went to, and then, of course, there are ways to get that stuff out, but I would rather not edit, folks. Don't give me more work. I want to be able to take your audio as is. So just a couple technical tips. Obviously, as I always say, be mindful of where you record too. If there are people screaming in the background, okay, we might still be able to hear you, but you don't want anything. Audio quality, background noise, weird sounds, normal common things we do. You don't want any of that distracting away from your point, your message. All right, amigo. So hopefully we'll get some more participation in that section. I know many of you are just finding the right moment to record. All right, let's take a look at who's with us. I see we've got a lot of show with no namers here in the house. Good morning to you all. Welcome aboard, and thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have a lot of fun. We've already learned a lot of different things, and we've just got started about 20-something minutes ago. So I hope you guys are getting this down. Remember to have a pen and a paper nearby or a notebook, and this way you can take notes, because I know myself in a 2-hour show, or Fitz in his 1-hour show, we can go over anywhere from 20 to 50 different concepts meaning a new vocabulary word, a common mistake, a pronunciation point, whatever, a grammar point. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man says, morning, friends. Bringing our magic spelling bee magician. There he is, Born to Iron Man. There's Elena. Elena says, I'm tickled pink. encantadísima. I'm tickled pink to be able to hang around today. Estar por aquí. Let's shoot for the stars, everyone. That's another double trouble over there. Oh, and Elena, by the way, I'm glad you're tickled pink. I'm tickled pink as well that you could be here today. You know why? Because today's homophones are yours. You sent me today's homophone. So if you guys think the homophone section is difficult today, don't shoot the messenger. Elena sent them to me, and I'm going to share them with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to listen to our Say What soundbite. I think it's going to be pretty easy today. I think so. Then we're going to check our pop quiz answers. We've got our spelling bee, homophones, as I just said, provided by Elena, plus our Italian section, and so much more. So stick around. Hey amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of today's show with No Name. Thank you so much for joining us. And I trust you started your morning with the Probo show with my buddy Rob Grams. Tons of talent just oozing out of every pore. Ooze is retumar. Retumar, is that the word? And pour is poro. I used to mix it up with porro. Joint. I used to say, man, la sauna me dejó los porros abiertos. And I remember people being like, whoa, hang on. Not porros, poros. And oozing is retumar. Hey, sometimes you remember words. Sometimes my 47-year-old brain, I surprise myself there. So, you've got Rob Grams every morning on the Probo show. You've got Fitz with No Excuses right before this show. Right after this show, you've got the pleasure of learning English with the lovely Jimena Holiday and her program, Test Your English. But don't take her kindness as weakness. ¿Te sabes esta expresión? No creas porque es maja, que es débil, que te va a dejar. No. She's going to give you hell. Te va a dar caña. She's going to give you hell, but she's hiding behind that sweet voice. So she will hold you accountable and make sure that your English is up to par. ¿Te suena? A la par. Up to par, no? Al nivel. All right, well, my amigos, so much to do. Let's kick off with the Say What soundbite. Yes, say what? Yes. All right, folks. As always, I want you to pay attention. I'm going to play an audio clip for you, and I'm going to play it 4 times, as I always do. Well, actually 5 times. The 5th is the reveal, though. At the end of the show, we look at what was said, who said it, and the context, which, as we know here, context is key. Right? Without context, night can be caballero o noche. See? Or the word sea. You know, it can be el mar. It can be la fe. Oh, I heard a great joke. Let me see if I remember it. A pirate joke. Let's see if you can guess it. I think it's an easy one. What's a pirate's favorite letter? Okay, what are pirates' favorite letters? I know what you're going to say. You're going to say R. But also they love the seas. Did you get it? So there's a double pun. The natural answer is R's. They love their R's because that's the sound a pirate makes. Arg, R. The high seas. But also they love their seas. Sus mares. Sus tes. Okay. Hey, you know what? I usually forget jokes. And don't worry, I've got more jokes for you later on in the show. In fact, today we're going to be looking at some dictator jokes. Hey, who knew dictators can be funny? All right, well, anything can be funny and a learning experience here on the show with no name. All right, is everybody ready? Here's your Say What soundbite for the first time. Pay attention, and I want to know what you heard in your best English. Here we go.
More human. Yes, Ambassador. Fascinating. You have an efficient intellect, superior physical skills, no emotional impediments. There are Vulcans who aspire all their lives to achieve what you've been given by design.
All right. There you go. Whew, maybe it is a little tough. There's definitely some background, something going on in the background there, which might clue us in. Darnos alguna pista. Did you know that clue can be a verb too? Clue me in. Ponme al día. Dame una pista de lo que está pasando. All right, let me give it to you a second time, and then we can talk about what we heard.
More human. Yes, Ambassador. Fascinating. You have an efficient intellect, superior physical skills, no emotional impediments. There are Vulcans who aspire all their lives to achieve what you've been given by design.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace. Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit.
Don't miss it. It's This Book is the Shit. It's my latest book. It's available at Von Tienda, among other amazing materials. Today, we're taking a look at something from Vocabulario en Inglés que deberías conocer. Again, it's penned by the one and only Richard Vaughn. It's got over 4,500 vocabulary words in it and around 5 hours of audio, which we believe is essential. Because how do you know you're pronouncing the word right? What if nobody tells you that the ending, la terminación age, suele sonar como age? Pues entonces vas a ir por la vida diciendo language, right? En vez de language, age. So these are things you need to know, especially in English, where things don't necessarily match up. Right? It's not, bueno, este sonido siempre es esto. No, unfortunately. I mean, I can give you an example even using the same word. The verb is to graduate. When do you graduate? I graduate at the end of the year, in June. Then I'll be a graduate. Fíjate, ahí ya no es 8, it's it, right? And many times age is also age, but a lot of times it's age. But if we're aware of these patterns, conscientes de estos patrones, well, then we won't fall in the trap of mispronouncing them. And again, if I'm highlighting it, it's because it's a word that I've heard mispronounced many, many times throughout my over 20 years of experience teaching English. All right, let's see. Elena is ready to rock and roll. There's no doubt about it. She says weather rhymes with feather. All right, that wasn't the one I was looking for, but you're right. It does. Climate rhymes with primate. Nope. See, that one, that's a confusing one there. So escúchalas. Ready? Climate rhymes with primate. ¿Ves? No siempre. A veces es 8, a veces, right? As I just said, climate rhymes with graduate. Climate, graduate. Sustantivo, pero no con graduate, el verbo. All right, Elena, still great, but this is what I wanted to highlight. So this, I mean, it's great. We'll take a look at more examples as well. The next one, she turned down the project with a controversial statement she issued yesterday. She could have just politely said no. So I guess it was an issue of morals, no? Moralidad. So excellent. To turn down. Es bajar volumen también. I think that one makes sense. In fact, really easy. If you want to look at the 3 turns, turn it down, baja el volumen. Turn it up, sube el volumen. Turn it off, apágalo. Turn it on, enciéndelo. O sea, if you got 4 phrasal verbs right there that are in common use for any kind of gadget, artilugio, things like that. So, excellent job. We are off to a wonderful start over here. Let's see who else is with us. Born to Iron Man. What's up? He says climate. Fíjate, rima con it. It's it climate. So, cualquier cosa que tiene it como bit, climate, it. O sea, es it, it. Okay, so climate rhymes with private. Absolutely. I believe the British say privet, pero al final la terminación es igual. So excellent. Climate, o sea, no es it, es it. Climate rhymes with private. Perfect, buddy. The next one, he says, you can nod your head if you accept that offer. Otherwise, you can turn it down. Great. To nod is afirmar con la cabeza, sí. You can also nod no, right? Nodding can just be even a nod. We looked at it the other day. When you say sup to somebody, sup, a nod sometimes, right? Depends on what kind of nod. But nodding, N-O-D, nodding, N-O-D-D, si añadimos la I-N-G, is moving your head. I think there's even a song I remember, nod your head to this. Me suena una canción. Let's look it up. Nod your head to this. I know let's see. Nod your head to this. The King of Swing. Oh, and Paul McCartney. I didn't know that. Paul McCartney has a song called Nod Your Head. I guess it's a nod to nodding your head. Oh, no. Un guiño. También a nod es un guiño. Yeah, you can say nod, a nod or a wink. All right, great job. Born to Iron Man. Wonderful. I was saying afirmar, pero that's fine. It works. It's afirmar con la cabeza. I'll take it. Chris Valrol, she says, morning show with no namers. Hello, Chris. She says, the climate in that country is a riot. Climate riot. It. Absolutely. Me parto, no? It's a riot. I think you would say that, maybe even sarcastic. Oh, it's a riot. It's raining every day. The climate riot. All right, great, because that's a word we looked at recently too, Chris. Wonderful job. The next one. She says her statement turned to be suspicious. Turned out. Solo te falta el out, pero por eso queremos que lo uses en contexto. Así hacemos esos ajustes. Turned out to be. Turned out. Acuérdate, la D se une con el out. So it turned out. Suena como dices duda. It turned out to be suspicious. Her statement. Great job. Do you want to make a statement? ¿Quieres afirmar? ¿Quieres hacer una afirmación? Statement. Excellent job, Chris Valrol. And she says, definitely, I'm going to turn it down. Excellent job. Wow. You guys had an English breakfast this morning. On fire. All right, there's Laura, lovely Laura. We'll be hearing from her in her section, learning some Italiano a little bit later on in the show. Looking forward to that as always. Laura says, good morning. Lovely show with no namers. Climate rhymes with private. Absolutely. You should say yes instead of just nodding. Excellent. And she decided to turn down the offer because she thought it wasn't worth the extra effort. Excellent, Laura, knocking it out of the park. Wonderful job there. Okay, to turn down an offer. Yeah, it even sounds, para mí me suena forzado decir, she rejected the offer. No, she turned it down, right? So, I don't know why, but reject, maybe because reject isn't an easy word to say. Turn down is. No hay tanto esfuerzo como reject. Hombre, estos son cosas importantes. No que lo pensamos. But naturally, we take shortcuts when we say things, as we looked at yesterday. Nobody in Spain, I want you to, if you know somebody who says cuñado, like says that D, please, put that guy in a museum. All right, excellent job, show with no namers. Let's see. Chris says, hey, poros and porros. Hey, you live and learn. The same thing with enterarse and enterrarse, like to bury oneself. Very different, right? I used to make mistakes with that one all the time. So she says, in Catalan, porros, pronounced porrus, are puerros. Oh, you would really confuse people there, right? You want some puerro? No, thanks. You're not hungry? Wait. What's going on here? I could definitely see some miscommunications there, but I love that kind of stuff, as I know you guys do too, playing with words. Let's see. Born to Iron Man says, hey, let me get in character. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. Yeah, to reject, to refuse, and the one we looked at, to turn down. Great line from a classic film. All right, Elena. Elena's got something to say about today's Say What soundbite. Let's see what Elena has to say. She says, an American man who seems to be a scientist talking to a kind of android, telling it what it's capable of doing. Absolutely, Elena. Great synopsis. He's American. He's a kind of scientist. Absolutely. Yeah. And he is talking to an android-like creature. Wow. So it sounds, based on Elena's comment here, it sounds like something kind of sci-fi, right? Aren't there kind of like space noises, computer noises? I don't know. Some kind of thing going on there. Maybe it's a paranoid android. Anybody catch that reference? Any Radiohead fans in the house? Paranoid Android, si no te sabes la canción, it's an orgasm of a song. Yeah, it's one of those climaxes. It goes, yeah. Like, if you've got headphones, listen to Paranoid Android with headphones on and just get ready to be taken away on a musical journey. Great song. I can't even do it justice humming it. Tarareando, humming it. All right, let's see. But great, Elena, wonderful job so far in all the different sections you've participated in. Chris Valrol. She says, it's an excerpt from a flick. Yeah, flick, show, absolutely. Okay, so it's definitely an IP, intellectual property. A very well-known one, I can tell you this. Okay? I mean, this is like a religion to some people. I'm trying to, fill in the gaps here, rellenar los huequitos. But yes, I heard an American man who may be a policeman or a scientist. Absolutely. A scientist. Definitely a wise person, though, right? Seems like he's got a lot of knowledge. At least when I hear his voice, it conveys that. Transmite eso. And she says he is describing someone's superior physical skills. Yes. What is this, Neo and the Matrix? Bueno, similar idea, right? He's got these superior skills, the Matrix. You say Matrix, we say Matrix. You say Neo, we say Neo. Yeah, I know. We can't agree on it. All right, let's see. Laura. Laura's got something to say about today's Say What soundbite. And she says, I heard an excerpt from an American movie in which one of the characters is telling another one how good and fortunate they are as they have superior physical skills and no emotional impediments. Excuse me. Absolutely. I think you girls are going to get it today. I say girls because it was Elena, Chris, and Laura that participated in today's Say What soundbite, which, as you know, you're going to hear another 2 times on today's show. And we got to go to a quick commercial break, but I'll tell you what, let's do our homophones.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Homophones, where we take a look at words that can be a bit confusing and sometimes throw students off. Now, I have tons of these words in my arsenal, but today these 2 were provided by your friend, your fellow student, as I said, Elena, who's not just doing a wonderful job, but she's also participating. She is actively adding to the show, as many of you are. And as I say, and always say when this happens, I really appreciate it. I think it's great, too, that this is a show where, yeah, I'm the teacher, but all of you have a voice, especially if you're sharing something that you came across. It's a good way for you to review it, and it's a good way to share it with your fellow students. So thanks again for that, because it's awesome. All right, the first one is lentejuelas. I love what you call them. Little lentils. Lentejuelas. So yeah, they're these little shiny decorations, right? You could see them as well on, I think of like Las Vegas, these showgirls, like, they're shiny, they're not diamonds, but I guess they're made to look like they were, diamond. but you call them lentejuelas. Does it come from, me imagino que viene de lentejas, ¿no? Porque son, I'm guessing, right? So in English, I want the plural of that, lentejuelas. So no uno, pero dos, lentejuelas, okay? And the second word is secuencia, orden, serie, estructura. So it's got many uses, right? And we'll look at them all in context because we know that that's important. It's not just enough to take a look at the word and, just throw it up in the air, but it is important to take a look at the word and see, does it go with a preposition? What is what's the order you usually find it in? Because some words are just usually found in some collocation. So if you know that, the same way some adjectives are generally used with the same nouns. Like for some reason, mountains are majestic. For some reason, views of landscapes, de panoramas de paisajes, are breathtaking. Is it because I decided this? No, right? It's because, well, these are the words that are used. Anything that's very green, lush. Lush is frondoso, right? Lush. Also, lush es alcohólico. In fact, I'm going to write that down, and we are going to see that in a future Double Trouble. You can bet on that. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. So I just left you with those two homophones provided by our amiga Elena. Number 1, lentejuelas. Number 2, secuencia, serie, orden, estructura. All right, amigos, we'll be right back with much more Show with No Name. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 3 of today's show with No Name here on Vaughn Radio. So much to do in this part of today's show. We're going to kick off with our Say What soundbite for the 3rd time. Again, you have 4 chances there. Then we'll take a look at our homophones. Then we'll learn some Italian. Then our spelling bee, music, movies. double trouble, and so much more in the second half of today's show. And if you ever miss a show, don't fret. There's another double trouble. I'm writing it down. Fret is a part of the guitar. Fret is also to worry. So don't fret, amigos. I see we've got a lot of students participating in our homophones section, which is great. It was a wonderful suggestion. And I'll tell you something. Elena. I know how to pronounce both words, but a part of me was like, I'm going to look this up just to make sure, because this is a tricky one. As Born to Iron Man said. Born to Iron Man says, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Absolutely. A very good one, as Laura says. So thanks to Elena for upping the ante, for raising the bar. If you want to participate, you still have time. I want to know if the words lentejuelas, en secuencia, o orden in English, I want to know what the words are and if they sound the same or not. Also, let me give you the say what soundbite here for the third time. Is everybody ready? I think someone's going to get it today. Here you go.
More human. Yes, Ambassador. Fascinating. You have an efficient intellect, superior physical skills, no emotional impediments. There are Vulcans who aspire all their lives to achieve what you've been given by design.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughntown, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughntown, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughntown. More information about Vaughntown, Weekend Town, our masters, our summer camps, whatever you're looking for, even if it's materials for self-study, we've got you covered. Just go to grupovon.com. Also, if you're following us on social media, you'll see about our special deals, upcoming events, and all that jazz. Y todo eso. All right, let's see what we've got here. Born to Iron Man says, Elena is going to put us to the homophones test. Let's go. Yeah, it's a tough one. Let's see, Laura, those are the correct words, and she says they are not homophones. I'd say, all right. Chris Valrol, she says, bravo, Elena. I'd say and are not homophones. Born to Iron Man says, I'd say and don't sound alike, but I wouldn't bet my bottom dollar. Well, don't worry, guys. Even Elena says she's not too sure. Hey, you don't need, you're asking me. I'm your teacher. That's why I said, let me just make sure it's not like a pronunciation thing with me and that this is the standard. Because really, is there a standard pronunciation? All right, then everybody has to say mother. But I don't. I say mother. See what I mean? What is the standard pronunciation? The standard pronunciation is, do people understand you? Good. Then you're communicating. You got it under control. All right. The first word is sequins. Sequins. Okay. Say it with me. Sequins. Oh, I like that dress. It's got a lot of sequins on it. Okay. Sequins. And the second one, sequence. Sequence. Okay, voy a decir, hay una secuencia de lentejuelas. Okay? There's a sequence of sequins. There's a sequencia, of sequins. They are not homophones. Now, if you say them really quickly, maybe it'll sound the same. But if we're going for pure grammar here, pure pronunciation of the way it should be pronounced, the first one, lentejuelas, that S sounds like a Z, right? Sequins. Zzz. Say it with like pizza. Zzz. Easy. Oh, easy. Sequins. Zzz. And the second one, sequence. Es una S pura y dura al final. So the rest of the word is exact. I mean, they're very, very, very similar. But there's a nuance. And that nuance is that final S sound. Okay, it's funny because when it's an S, it sounds like a Z. And in the second one, secuencia, when it's a CE, it sounds like an S. So does English make sense? No, but that's why we're here demystifying it. So the first one, say it with me, sequins. There are sequins all over her dress. There was a sequence, see, no, a sequence of events yesterday. Excellent job, Elena, and all the Show with No Namers who participated. Excellent. What can I say? All right, guys, andiamo.
Tutti a bordo. Impariamo a little bit of Italiano with Laura.
Ciao a tutti, sono Laura.
That's right. We're here.
Mamma mia.
Hey, mamma mia, mamma tuya, mamma suya. All right. Well, folks, we've got to take a look at our Italian expression of the week. As always, we'll look at it in Spanish as well. We'll look at it in English as well, because this is English class. And as always, Laura will teach us the ins and outs of our neighbors' language. No, al final, si vives aquí en España, they're our neighbors. And so here we go, folks.
Ciao a tutti, sono Laura. Come va? Spero tutto bene. Benvenuti di nuovo alla sezione Tutti on board. Impariamo a little bit of italiano. Allora, qual è il detto italiano che ho scelto oggi?
Oggi?
What's the Italian idiom I've chosen today?
Hmm.
A caval donato non si guarda in bocca. Let's look at the meaning of this idiom.
Oh, I know it.
A caval donato non si guarda in bocca is an expression that means that when you receive a gift, you shouldn't criticize it, even if you don't like it very much. You should always be polite and be grateful, and you shouldn't take any gift for granted. It alludes to determining the age and the health state of a horse by looking at its teeth. The origin of this idiom goes back to when horses were used for everyday work and when people depended on them for survival. They would look at its teeth to make sure they were young and healthy. Let's analyze the sentence.
Interesting.
Word
Etymology.
for word. Analizziamo la frase parola a parola. A, spelled a, is a preposition that means to. Caval, spelled C-A-V-A-L, caval, is short, or maybe a more poetic way to say cavallo, spelled C-A-V-A-L-L-O, cavallo, which means horse. Donato, spelled D-O-N-A-T-O, Donato, is an adjective that means given as a gift.
Donated, given. Okay.
Non si guarda,
makes sense.
Which are three different words.
Non si guarda, together.
Non, spelled N-O-N.
Caval donato.
Si, spelled S-I. And guarda, spelled G-U-A-R-D-A.
Non si guarda.
Means you don't look. Guardare, spelled G-U-A-R-D-A-R-E, is a verb that means to watch. And vedere, spelled V-E-D-E-R-E, is a verb that means to see. So guardare e vedere.
Vedere.
To watch and to see.
Okay.
In, spelled I-N, in, is a preposition that means in, inside. And finally, bocca, spelled B-O-C-C-A, bocca, is a noun that means mouth.
We know that one.
Do you remember? La bocca, the mouth, il naso, the
Naso.
nose, gli occhi,
The
the
occhi.
eyes,
Mhm.
le orecchie,
Le orecchie. I
the
forgot that one.
ears.
Le orecchie.
So bocca,
Bocca.
naso,
Those vowels are
occhi,
extended, right?
orecchie.
Awesome.
So if we go back to the idiom, its literal translation into English would be, you don't look a gift horse inside the mouth. What are the Spanish and English counterparts
A caballo
of
regalado.
a cabal donato non si guarda
No
in
le mires el
bocca?
diente.
In English, they say, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
That's right.
Which is practically the same as
Same.
in Italian.
Mhm.
And in Spanish, they say, a caballo regalado, no le mires el diente
Mhm.
o el dentado, if we
Wow.
want to make it rhyme. In Spanish, they refer to the horse's teeth instead of its mouth, which is more accurate if we think of the origin of the idiom. And that's all for today, amici. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit of Italian with me. Grazie e alla prossima puntata. Ciao!
Ciao, ciao. Grazie mille, grazie mille. Excellent. A caval donato non si guarda in bocca. I gotta keep remembering to extend my vowels, as Laura has told us many times. That's great. Well, in Spanish, it's similar, and in English, never look a gift horse in the mouth, right? We say that the same as you. And Laura, very interesting. I did not know the etymology. Okay, I didn't know where it came from. It's interesting, too, how you talked about how horses were used for work. Well, somebody who always comes through, alguien que siempre cumple, is called a workhorse, right? Somebody you can depend on, right? Caballo de tiro, algo o alguien confiable, right? A workhorse, somebody who can take a lot of work and they won't complain. So it's funny you said that. Also reminded me of wild, wild horses couldn't drive me away. Wild horses. If you say wild horses, it's ahí estaré. Cuenta conmigo, right? Hey, are you coming to my birthday next weekend? Yeah, man, wild horses. O sea, yo voy a estar ahí sí o sí. Cuenta conmigo. It's another great expression that's used. So never look a gift horse in the mouth, as we say in English. It also reminds me of another one in English. Beggars can't be choosers. I think of my daughter yesterday. She was with some friends. And my daughter had some candies, unas chuches. And the friend said, well, I don't have any candies. I want some candies. And my daughter said, all right, well, I'll give you this one. And the girl said, well, I don't want that one. I want this one. That's when you say beggars can't be choosers. El que viene a pedir no puede encima elegir el color. You know, think about it this way. No, so it means te apañas con lo que te dan. Además, si no tienes tú y te lo están dando, right? I don't know if you have an equivalent, but it reminds me of that. Like, listen, I'm giving you something. And now you're complaining that it's not the flavor you like. I mean, it's normal in kids. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the kid, but I'm giving you the context because, as you know, the context is the key to understanding any idiomatic expression. When would I say this? What would have to happen? What sequence, para usar esa palabra, what sequence of events has to happen for me to say, well, beggars can't be choosers? Es como, bueno, encima de pedir, te estás quejando con lo que te da, right? And as Laura she pointed it out in a lovely way, because I had no idea they would tell the age of the horse by looking at its teeth. Wonderful job, Laura. Thank you for teaching us some Italiano. All right, amigos, it's time for today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
Welcome to our Spelling Bee, and that's right, it's our Spelling Bee. Round one is, oh man, it's OTSS. What is, ask me, ¿qué significa eso? Alberto, what does OTSS stand for? Only the strong survive in this round, right? This is a tough one here. This is for my workhorses. Laura says, a workhorse. Interesting. Yeah, it says here, bestia de carga, algo o alguien eficaz, confiable, trabajador, right? So a workhorse, okay? So let's see, workhorses. Let's see if you can get these in the first go. As always, they have a common thread. Algo que tienen en común. Ooh, things are getting a little bit creepy here, huh? All right, let's capitalize the first letter of each word. Just, yeah, well, today they're all proper nouns, but sometimes they aren't. So let's capitalize the first letter of every word. Here we go. The first one is P-E-O-P-L-E-S space T-E-M-P-L-E. The second one is M-A-N-S-O-N space F-A-M-I-L-Y. The next one is H-E-A-V-E-N apostrophe S space G-A-T-E. The fourth one is B-R-A-N-C-H space, D-A-V-I-D-I-A-N-S. The fifth one is O-R-D-E-R space S-O-L-A-R space T-E-M-P-L-E. And the sixth one, which I think is the toughest one, B-H-A-G-W-A-N space S-H-R-E-E space R-A-J-N-E-E-S-H. Let me catch my breath a second here. I went really fast, folks. Oh my God. All right. Now, there is a possibility that you will be censored today. Well, I guess this can be considered a controversial topic, if you will. But then again, we've gotten, censored for talking about the population in Philadelphia, right? Remember that? I was like, what? Why can't we talk about that? Something weird's going on. All right, let's see. Anybody getting it? Maybe that creepy music will give you a clue. Well, creepy music can be anything creepy. This is pretty creepy. It's crazy stuff. It's nuts, it's bananas, it's bonkers. Diferentes formas de decir locura. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man says, oh, I lost my turn. Sorry for me. You lost your turn. Okay. Well, I didn't know we were taking turns. I had no idea. I thought it's whoever wanted to participate could. Elena says, oh my God. Born to Iron Man says, next time. Well, don't worry, folks. You do get a next time. Was anybody able to get these on the first go? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Sold to the man in the blue hat. Okay, sorry. I just love auctions. All right. Well, we're going to do round 2. The first one is P-E-O-P-L-E-S P-L-E-S. Hang on. Stop. Looks like Chris Valrol might have gotten it on the first go. Chris in the nick of time. Uy, justito. Let's check him before I go on, and I'll restart round 2. The first one's perfect. Whoa, just disappeared. This is getting really creepy here, isn't it? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Comments disappearing. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, well then let's do it, folks. This is round 2. The first one, okay, there's Chris, your comment. Chris, what are you doing to me here? If it disappears again, then we're just going to have to take it as disappeared, because if not, you're playing with me a little bit here. All right, let's see. The first one is correct. The second one is correct. The third one's correct. The fourth one's correct. The fifth one is also correct. And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris Valrol. Even though she had some disappearing comments, the one that reappeared was correct. So excellent job. All right. I had 2 false starts now. This is seriously round 2. I promise this time. All right. The first one is P-E-O-P-L-E-S space T-E-M-P-L-E. The second one is M-A-N-S-O-N space F-A-M-I-L-Y. The third one, this is very fair. Aquí voy a una velocidad super normal. The third one is H-E-A-V-E-N apostrophe S space G-A-T-E. The fourth one is B-R-A-N-C-H space D-A-V-I-D-I-A-N-S. The fifth one is O-R-D-E-R space S-O-L-A-R space T-E-M-P-L-E. And the last one, as I said, the one that's probably the most challenging, even to pronounce, is B-H-A-G-W-A-N space S-H-R-E-E space R-A-J-N-E-E-S-H. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got another winner among us. Give it up for Laura as well. Great job, Chris and Laura. Chris says, thank you. It was tough. Sorry, double A. I erased the comment or deleted the comment because I found a mistake. Well, no worries, no worries. I was like, am I losing my mind here? Or did I just see a comment? It doesn't take much to make me think I'm losing my mind. All right. Well, the girls nailed it in today's Spelling Bee, and that's Chris Valrol and Laura. And let's see, what are we talking about that I thought that it would be censored, and it isn't, which is weird. We are talking about cults. You call them sectas, cults. So I decided we could take a look at 6 of the craziest / deadliest cults today. There's an FYI episode on cults as well, if you want to take a look at it. It's crazy. There are many documentaries on all different cults out there. But the reason I chose this is because today, in the year 1997, 39 bodies were found in the Heaven's Gate mass suicides. You guys know about Heaven's Gate. It was this cult that, decided that it would be a good idea to commit mass suicide and to brainwash their followers into doing the same thing. What I realize when I see all these documentaries about cults, sadly, there are a lot of people out there who didn't get the attention they need, and they're looking for any kind of acceptance. It's very, very sad, but it is a part of reality. Amigos, we've got to go to our last commercial break. When we come back, the fourth and final part of today's show. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the fourth and final part of today's show. Wow. Time really does fly when you're having fun. Thank you so much for having fun with us and learning and laughing every day here on the Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. In our spelling bee, let's take a look at our different cults. The first one was the People's Temple, which is weird porque no es apóstrofe S. O sea, de la gente, de tribus. That when we use peoples like that, it means tribus, gente, como grupos de gente. The peoples of the African tribes. So maybe that's what they meant. O si no, se equivocaron. No es el templo de la gente. Well, this was started by Reverend Jim Jones. Initially, it was to help the homeless. But then he decided to, start this utopia. And they investigated it. And there were claims of abuse. And 913 cult members, including hundreds of children, died after drinking poisoned Kool-Aid. So that's really sad. They convinced 913 people to take their own lives. And they did it willingly. The next one, the Manson family. Like Manson said, I never killed anybody. Nope, but you ordered it. Was your idea. You were the mastermind. Then you've got Heaven's Gate, the one that we were actually talking about today in history, where 39 bodies were found. That's really, really sad. The fourth one, Branch Davidians. I remember watching this one unfold, desplegarse, en la tele. And this was down in Waco, Texas. It's funny, Waco or Wacko? Wacko es loco. So in Waco, Texas, and this is where, well, they had a cult over there, and this guy, David Koresh, was the leader. And since he was the chosen one, the Messiah, as he called himself, well, then he needed to impregnate all the women and spread his seed. Well, the FBI and the CIA, they weren't into that. And they had I think it was almost 2 months, a standoff, un enfrentamiento. And needless to say, people were killed. People were killed. And that's never a good thing, especially if it's in the name of religion. And I say religion very lightly there. Number 5, the Order of the Solar Temple, another wacky one. And the last one, and I remember there's a documentary, a great documentary. I remember watching it with my wife. This is before we had kids, before we had Lara. We were able to watch, tons of episodes in a row, to binge watch, como se dice. And this one, I think it's called Wild Wild Country. It's about Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, or as they just call him, Bhagwan. And that one took place in the United States. Really sad that in this day and age, there are so many lost souls out there. I'm not saying that I've got all the answers and I'm not lost. We're all lost, wandering around, right? Trying to figure out our spot, where we belong, right? But these people seem really lost and easily manipulated. Very, very sad. Let's see, Elena. Elena says, how lost can people be to follow these crooks? How sad it is. Love rest their souls. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. I mean, a part of it, my wife and I were laughing. We're like, well, I was turned into Father God because mother, and we're like, and because I was the chosen one, and because you know, Paul Newman, and I'm like, would these people really believe what they're saying? This is insane. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, my amigos, we've got to move on, though, because we've got a lot of stuff to do, believe it or not. So, it's time for today's double trouble.
Yeah. Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
All right, today's double trouble. So Elena gave us our homophones and our double trouble today. And Elena, this is great. I know we've looked at this one too in the past, so most of you should know this one. And we were just talking about David Koresh and these cult leaders impregnating women because they felt like, you know, they had blessed or the chosen children. So it's another way to say empreñar, right? So, le criticaron porque salió preñada. There you go. Le criticaron porque salió preñada. That is Elena, who has given us today's double trouble. If it's easy, blame her. If it's hard, blame her. But we will take a look at the answer in just a moment. Remember, you do have to use the same word twice. That's why it's called double trouble. Also, let me give you the Say What soundbite for the fourth and final time.
More human.
Yes, Ambassador.
Fascinating. You have an efficient intellect, superior physical skills, no emotional impediments. There are Vulcans who aspire all their lives to achieve what you've been given by design.
¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan. Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupovaughan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
Brilliant!
More information about our Oxford Test of English, go to our website and follow us on social media. Also, Elena, I love it. Elena says, my bash. Elena? And it's funny, Elena, because bash is also criticar. And you gave us that in today's double trouble. Did you do that on purpose? You're a genius, if so. So my bash, mi intento. But also to bash is to criticize. But that's not the one she gave us in today's double trouble. Also, a bash is un fiestón. It's a very rich word. To bash is to hit something as well. Okay, so my bash, she says, I can't make out the first lines though, pero te acabas de llevar dos totally native por el my bash, mi intento, and I can't make out, no puedo descifrar, entender. So excellent. It sounds great. And okay, the first line is a really difficult one. I've got to say that first, I can give it to you. Why not? I'll give you because it's really hard. More human, más humano. Okay. And the word at the end is not Borgs, sino Vulcans. Does it sound familiar now? Okay. Vulcans. It's not Star Wars. It's Star Trek. All right. Well, either way, hopefully somebody will get it down pat. If not, we will take a look at all the words in there in a little bit. All right. Wait, hang on. Laura says she's leaving out the first part there, I think, right? As you have an vision intellect. All right. So it looks, yeah. All right, Laura, excellent job as well. So I guess the hard part is that first line. That first line is tough. She says, I can't make out the first words either. Well, ladies, solo por contarlo de una forma tan nativa, me mola. All right, Born to Iron Man. Born to Iron Man, nope. Okay, well, nope. See, depends. If nobody else is going to participate, I'm going to give it to you, but you're missing a C there. Born to Iron Man, you got a problem with your keyboard today. Don't worry, buddy, don't worry. But okay, what I always do in this case, if there's a misspelling or a typo, I'll accept it if nobody else gets it. So let's see. Laura. Okay, Laura. She says, all right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Good one, Elena. You really made them think. So we already said you can say to criticize, which is difficult. Criticize. To bash. Don't bash it till you tried it. Es la expresión. O don't knock it till you tried it. O sea, no criticas algo que no has probado. Es una frase hecha. Don't knock it, don't bash it until you try it. Nunca se usa con criticize, porque es demasiado largo. Es criticize, 3 sílabas. Si puedes decir knock or bash. You know it as well from knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. So they knocked her. Fíjate, they knocked her. La T se une con el her y me como la H ahí. They knocked her because she got knocked up. Excellent job. De hecho, hay una película que se llama Knocked Up. Knocked Up. It's a funny movie. So the first one is to knock. Que otra vez, aprende la frase, apúntate la frase. Don't knock it till you tried it. And to get knocked up means to get pregnant. Unless you're doing it, unless you're David Koresh, then he was the one knocking them up. Pero si eres mujer, entonces you get, se emplea el reflexivo, to get knocked up. So excellent job, Elena, for the suggestion. Laura, and Born to Iron Man, one little C there that made it imperfect, but great effort nonetheless. All right, amigos, we are going to the movies. Name that movie. Thank God I can lower the volume on my microphone here or mute it because I just burped. Hey, believe me, you don't want to hear me burp in your ear. But it was perfect. Just as the music was ending, I was like, burp. But I was able to lower the microphone. So, all right, my amigos, let's take a look at today's movie over here and see if you guys recognize it. This is an awesome movie, and the title is a play on words. Un juego de palabras. Acting under the cover of a Hollywood producer, scouting a location for a science fiction film, a CIA agent launches a dangerous operation to rescue 6 Americans in Tehran during the U.S. hostage crisis in Iran in 1979. Okay, so vamos por partes. Acting, okay, operando. Acting under the government, under the cover, la encubierta, o sea, realmente no lo es, está haciendo de, under the cover of a Hollywood producer scouting a location. Now, a location scout, that's got to be a fun job. When you read the script, you're like, we can film this here. Oh, you're looking for a cliff, un acantilado. Pues esta zona de Inglaterra tenemos y podríamos, right? Somebody who's scouting locations, a location scout for a science fiction film. A CIA agent, no agent. We don't say CIA, we say CIA agent, launches a dangerous operation to rescue 6 Americans in Tehran during the U.S. hostage, vamos a pronunciar esta palabra, Ren, hostage, otra que es age, que no es age, es age. There was a hostage on the bridge. The hostage crisis, no crisis, crisis in Iran in 1979. And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris Van Roll. It's Argo. And it's funny because he asks him, he goes, well, what does that mean? He goes, Argo, fuck yourself. Argo is, go fuck yourself. Yes, Argo. So I don't know how they translated that in Spanish. Great job, Chris. I love it. Oh, it's an excellent movie. If you have not seen Argo, check it out. Okay. So Sahar says in the narration, this is the Persian Empire. El Imperio Persico? De Persia? The Persian. This is the Persian Empire, known today as Iran. Iran or Iran. For 2,500 years, this land was ruled by a series of kings known as Shahs. A sequence, right? A series of kings. In 1950, the people of Iran elected Mohammad Mossadegh, a secular Democrat, as prime minister. He nationalized British and U.S. petroleum holdings. Holdings are another way of saying companies. No. Assets, lo que tienen, bienes. Returning Iran's oil to its people. Devolvió el aceite, el petróleo de Irán a su gente. But in 1953, the U.S. and Great Britain engineered a coup d'etat. You know that one's a French word, un golpe de estado, that deposed Mossadegh and installed Reza Pahlavi as Shah. The young Shah was known for opulence and excess. His wife was rumored to bathe in milk, while the Shah had his lunches flown in by Concorde from Paris. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent movie. If you have not seen it, check it out. And if you're telling me, Alberto, I don't want to see that movie, well, then you can just tell me, Alberto, go fuck yourself. Argo. Did you guys know? I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know how they were able to translate that into Spanish. It's a play on words in English. And speaking of plays on words, it's time for your joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar. You're joking.
All right, amigos, get ready for the best jokes you've ever heard in your life. No, seriously, today they're not too bad. All right. Well, I'll let you judge, but the most important thing is here, do you get the jokes? Do you get the double meaning? If not, as you know, I will tell you the double meaning. All right, why is the North Korean dictator so evil? Okay, why is the North Korean dictator so evil? Because he has no soul. It's a really good one. No? Does anybody get it? Why is the North Korean dictator so evil? No evil, evil. Because he has no soul. No tiene alma o no tiene Seúl. Sí, en English, he dicho una mezcla de palabras ahí. Soul in Korea is S-E-O-U-L. O sea, es la palabra alma con una E de más. Right? Born to Iron Man, así no. Yeah, but guys, that's not the way it's written in English, right? So the way it's written is S-E-O-U-L. O sea, es la palabra alma con una E delante, entre la S y la O. Pero se pronuncia exactamente igual. You guys got the joke. Just be careful with the spelling of it in English, because it's not Seúl. It's soul. S-E-O-U-L. So you get it now? Why is the North Korean dictator so evil? Because he's got no soul. No tiene alma, no tiene Seul. All right. What's a dictator's favorite kind of beverage? Cruelty. Cruelty, crueldad, té, cruel, cruelty. Oh man, cruelty, té, cruel, crueldad. All right. Last one. Did you hear about the chicken who became a dictator? ¿Oíste sobre la gallina que se convirtió en dictador? Yeah. It started with a coup. Oh, no. We just looked at this word. A coup, C-O-U-P, is a coup d'etat, right? A coup. Now, also coup, que se pronuncia exactamente igual, C-O-O, es arrullo, okay? It's the sound that, that a bird would make, right? It started with a coup. A coup d'etat, a coup, un arrullo. Oh, see, I didn't know that word. All right, folks. I told you they were pretty decent jokes today. Let's see. Elena says, and is Saul also a homophone? No. Saul is the name, and soul. Soul. Good question. All right, we've got to move on. It's time for famous birthday trivia.
Birthdays for you. Birthdays for me. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Birthdays for her. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
All right, we don't have much time. Let's put the pedal to the metal. The first person was born today in 1944, the Queen of Motown Records. She was the lead singer of the Supremes. You guys know her. She's got so many songs. Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Touch Me in the Morning. Also, Love Hangover. One of my favorite ones. Inside Out. Boy, you turn me upside down. Round and round. And then she also has her hits as a solo artist. I'm coming up. Tomorrow, I want the world to know. I've got to let it show. Number 2, this American actor was born today in 1934. He was Oscar nominated for his roles in The Russians Are Coming, The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, Argo. Wait, Argo? You mean Argo yeah, that one. All right. And last but not least, this actor played Spock on Star Trek. For almost 50 years, he not only originated the role of Spock, but he played Spock. Now, he's done other things in his life, photography, singing, writing songs, but he will always be Mr. Spock. All right, we've got a winner. Give it up for Chris Valrol, Diana Ross, Alan Arkin, and last but not least, Leonard Nimoy is celebrating a birthday today, and that'll bring us over to today's Say What soundbite. This is Leonard Nimoy as Spock in Star Trek, and he says, more human, más humano, quiere ser? Like saying, you have a gift, como no seas tonto. He's looking a gift horse in the mouth, para usar la expresión. He goes, more human. And he says, yes, ambassador. Sí, embajador. Yes, ambassador. He says, fascinating. Como idiota. Listen to the tone. Fascinating. You have an efficient intellect, superior physical skills, no emotional impediments. There are Vulcans are that type of people, who aspirar. You say the same thing, right? Who aspire all their lives to achieve what you've been given by design. So again, he's telling them, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Here he is, birthday boy Leonard Nimoy as Spock.
More human.
Yes, Ambassador.
Fascinating. You have an efficient intellect, superior physical skills, no emotional impediments. There are Vulcans who aspire all their lives to achieve what you've been given by design.
All right, excellent job today's show with No Namers. What a wonderful job, seriously. Individually, collectively, you did a wonderful job. I'm going to ask you to keep doing it, to keep it up. Up next with my amiga Jimena Holiday. I'm sure she's got a lot of awesome things planned for you on Test Your English. And if you haven't participated in our question of the week yet, which is everybody except Open Waters, well, make sure you do that. Get it out of the way, and you can tell us who the baddest bad guy is. And today we're going to take a look at, oh, you can't hurry, love. Oh, you'll just have to wait. She said, love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. Un toma y daca. What an amazing song. Look up the lyrics. It's The Supremes, led by Diana Ross, and it's You Can't Hurry Love. No puedes meterle prisa al amor. Come on. I need love to ease my mind. Relajar mi mente. To ease my mind.
I need to find
Someone to call mine.
When Mama said
You can't hurry, love. No, you'll just have to wait. She said, love don't come easy, doesn't. And it's a game of give and take. Oh, hurry, love. No, you'll just have to wait. Sing it.
You gotta trust in time, no matter how